On This Week in Wabash with Bev Ferry, we're talking about living well in Wabash County. And we've been running all last week information and earlier this week about all the new things you've got going on.
Mhm.
Let's talk about something else. What would you like to talk about this week?
Well, I thought I'd like to talk about the dimensions of aging. Now, if you Google it, you're going to find seven, eight, nine. Basically, they're all the same. But our programming has a purpose. It's all designed. Our programs and services are all designed to help people age well. An example, our concert, which is coming up, the community band concert on Sunday, June 27th at 2 o'clock at the Wabash City Park,
Yes.
that is social, which even if you're not talking to anybody, just being out and amongst other people, you don't have to get close to them.
Mhm.
And for some people, it's emotional when they hear like band music, live music. And for others, it's even spiritual, especially depending on what the band plays. So that kind of thing hits that. And aside from that, it's just plain fun. Music is good for the soul and it's just great. So our fitness classes, now those are good ones. We have them at different levels. And so it obviously takes care of physical and it also takes care of social because they're having a good time. So the eight dimensions are social, physical, intellectual, occupational, spiritual, financial, emotional, and environmental. You can go to seven and go nine. You can Google it. There's all different, there's no right way to do that. But when we look at our programming, we are looking to target that. It's got to have somewhere along the line, it has to help that. So, bingo, not my favorite thing. And we do bingo and it's for prizes, not for like big bucks, but it's social. It absolutely is social. And there's nothing wrong with that. It gets a lot of people, that's what they enjoy. So, another one is, and I forgot this when I was talking about the concert, it's free. So, it hits under financial.
Yes.
It is free. Our exercise classes, now the yoga, there's a charge for $10, but the other two that we offer, the low impact fitness with Mary Jo McClellan and
Line
the
dancing.
line dancing,
Hmm.
yeah, they're free. So again, those come under it's financial, it's physical, and it's also social. Our exercise programs really are social. And I would say most of the big exercise programs in Wabash County area are there's a lot of social and team building in most of those. There you get to know people. Those are all good. But being able to throw in there on the financial to throw in that it's free is really nice. And some people wonder why everything's free. Well, there are a lot of seniors in Wabash County that wouldn't be able to or wouldn't participate if there were charges. So what we do instead is we conduct fundraisers where we just send out letters, say this is what we've been doing. We hope you appreciate it. And then we ask them for donations. So the ones that are able, and sometimes even the ones that it's a burden to do, will donate to us. And we just think that works around. We're just fine with that. It works. So we try to do as much as we can. That's free. Um, we on one of the aspects is environmental. So we have some people here some seniors who volunteer and do our flower beds. We've done some environmental programs downtown at Living Well. Downtown, we did with Jan Rankin. We did a couple talks, and we've done a craft down there. It was made out of recycled materials. So that's environmental. Sometimes it gets a little tougher, but maybe that might be something that is covered in maybe our newsletter. Uh, so an intellectual, well, that could be anything that it could be a discussion that the Purdue Extension educator Mindy Mays is presenting. That could be something that we have one of the professors come in and talk about art. It could be something as simple as Wade Weaver talking about how you run a radio station. Like, what do you do? How's it changed? Anything where you are learning something new is a positive. That goes under intellectual. So during COVID, we sent out packets and we had the newsletter, but then mid-month we sent out the packets of we called it a senior center in a bag, and it had information about the month, things that happened in the month, and it had other fun things like it had maybe crossword puzzles, things to get your mind going. And so we did that every month during COVID. So now we're back to the center, and hopefully people will come out and participate in that, because we really do try to target what's good for each of us.
Let's go over those dimensions again. Can you remember
Okay.
all of them? Go for it.
Social, physical, intellectual, occupational, which could be volunteering,
Yeah.
spiritual, financial, which could be saving money with a concert, emotional, which could be a whole lot of things, and environmental. That's it. That's 8.
8 of them. Beautiful. I had no idea there were dimensions of aging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's dimensions of wellness, and if you look,
Wellness. Okay.
about even a young, if you think about like an 8-year-old, you can put their life in those too.
Mm-hmm.
But it becomes really important as adults, because it is our job to age well, especially when you hit like the older years. It's our job to age well.
Gotcha. That's
So I'm
interesting.
doing the best I can. Yeah, I'm doing the best I can to make it social.
No, you do a very good social job there, that's for sure. And financially, you try to do as many free things as possible, and for that, I'm sure a lot of the fixed income folks appreciate it.
Right. So financial also goes under our food pantry.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have on transit. Those are modest prices, the $2
Sure.
and the $4. Seniors ride by donation, 16 over. And we have the Share the Fare program, which the Chili for Charity Committee has helped us, where we were able to, like one family of say 5 going to the same place. They were able, like Walmart, they were able to ride for one fare. And it meant that the kids were able to go with them. They didn't get left at home. They came with them and did the grocery shopping. And that's a huge plus. It may seem like nothing, but if you're talking about having, 5 people, that's $20 each way.
Yeah.
So just go to Walmart. So that's where we try to do, that helps families.
But when you take kids to the grocery store, it costs you more when you get there.
Yes, but when they always, or sometimes if you're taking your husband.
It's worse, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, in our house, Nick Ferry does the shopping. It works out.
I got you. Bev Ferry, thank you again, and we'll talk to you again next week on This Week in Wabash. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Got some good news. Our Wabash Street Bridge, within a week, will be opened up.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, very good.
Talked to him yesterday. You're going to see some equipment moving. Those concrete barricades are going to come out. But they got to seal one side of the bridge with a liquid sealer.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have orange barrels, and the restrictions southbound will remain until that sealer dries. And that should be occurring in the next few days. So,
nice.
Yeah, things are going to get back to normal here real quick. Took us about a week to get the City Hall parking lot milled out and repaved, and everything painted up on it. Obviously, some weather played some havoc on one day, and I hear we may be getting some rain this weekend, tomorrow and Saturday.
Sounds like it from Jennifer, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen anywhere from 3 to 5 inches, so it may be a little squishy by the end of the weekend. Who knows?
Yeah, nice word, squishy.
Yeah,
I like it. So what else is happening out there? I know they're marking roads in our neighborhood. We've talked about it there at Shady Lane. Getting ready for that project. How are some of the other state things going too, other than the bridge?
Yeah, I saw Shambaugh and Sons out at Wedcorn 15 yesterday, running some wiring underground for the signal loops out there. So hopefully that traffic light will be going up here soon. And they've been put in new boxes for those sensors at all the major intersections that have traffic lights that require the sensors. Obviously, some of them downtown are on timers just due to getting the traffic flow correct. It's easier to adjust that way. So things are coming along there. There's still some painting to be done. I see some crosswalks that haven't been painted yet. I think they're waiting for sensor loops to be put in before they come through and paint those. So overall, it's a smooth drive out Wabash and Manchester and in Cass Street right now. So, yeah, things are moving right along. And when we started this, we said by the end of July we should have this all wrapped up, and it looks like we're going to hit the target. Shady Lane's going to be kicking off here pretty quick, and we had a pre-construction meeting last week on that. And for the folks over there, you and all your neighbors, they're gonna do one lane at a time. It sounds like, so you'll have something to drive on, and then we've got some stormwater work that needs to be done over there too. That I think the bids are going out on that soon, if not the first meeting in July, and the Board of Works is second. So that'll be beneficial to folks over there on the south leg of Shady Lane. And every time we get one of these gully washers, there's some drainage issues because they use ditches, and we're going to set that up to pipe it all underground. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I saw a Facebook post. I thought it was the city of Wabash. June 30th is a day. Can you talk about the eviction notice that you guys put up on Facebook? Do you know much about that?
I think the moratorium on evictions through the orders is set to end on that day, and they posted. I had Maria post that. I got it through email from the state that there is help available if you're in. Hopefully, nobody's in trouble of being foreclosed on or anything, but there's definitely some help out there available financially for folks that may be struggling due to the pandemic.
Now, where could they go to find that if they're not Facebookers? Is there a website?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember it. Wait, I think it's in that post, but I'm sure it's probably Indiana Housing Development Corporation. Yeah.
All right.
Just we want to make sure everybody, stays stable. To my knowledge, everybody's doing okay, but sometimes you just never know. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. One more thing. The 4th of July, I know that's not till next week, but I thought we could get some folks planned. We're actually doing the fireworks on the 4th. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
From here on out, while I'm in office, we'll do them on the 4th.
All right. And that's a Sunday night, the 4th, and a rain date would be the 5th.
Would be the 5th, Monday the 5th.
Just wanted to make
sure. We have to set those pyrotechnic shooters up almost a year in advance.
Yeah.
So that's how we schedule those dates and the rain date and everything like that. So it's hard to adjust on the fly because there's so many communities shooting off fireworks, and those guys are tied up. So
I bet. Yep. All right. Anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, I don't think so. Just with the weather that's coming in, check those catch basins around your home. And if they are plugged up, try to clean them off. Or if you don't have the ability to do it, contact the street department or wastewater plant. And I'll probably get a hold of those guys and say, hey, if you're driving through the neighborhoods, make sure you keep an eye on them and clean any of them off that are covered up. Because if that water can't drain, it's going to get into folks' garages, houses, whatever. So we just want to make sure we prepare in advance.
Well, there you go. All right, very good. Right. Enjoy the day. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Wade.
Thanks, Sip. It's 8:14 on the MyBash Morning Jam, and we're going to take a quick break, come back with some more of your requests. Something else the city is up to. Check this out.
The City of Wabash would like to invite you to be their guest at the 5th Annual Bulldogs Concert on First Friday, July 2nd, from 7 to 9 p.m. The concert will be held on Miami Street between Market and Canal. The Bulldogs will entertain you with the best of 50s and 60s music. Come out and join the fun as they celebrate Star Spangled Wabash. Bring your chair, bring your friends, and put on...
Tune in again next Friday for another edition of This Week in Wabash. And also check out the radio program on Sunday mornings at 9 right here on 1059thebash.com and 105.9 The Bash Radio.